I am 39 years old. I am a very ordinary person in life, ordinary work, ordinary family, but at 30 years old, I have experienced a lot. I will never forget things. This event changed my life. At 28 years old, I always feel very tired. Any physical work is exhausting. Every day after work I don't want to do anything. I just wanted to lie on the sofa and watch TV. That I used to love playing football and swimming. I used to go out with friends on weekends. But these last 2 years I've had no interest in anything. Because I don't like exercise, I've gained a lot of weight. I wonder if I'm sick. I want to go to the hospital. After a general physical examination, the doctor is surprised because one artery and the other major heart arteries are basically blocked. I guess it has to do with my lack of exercise and my love of fatty foods. When I was lying in bed, the doctor told me not to stand up suddenly because he couldn't guarantee my life. The doctor advised me to have the operation immediately, or my life would be in danger. I planned to have a heart bypass operation next Monday. I didn't want to die like that. I came to the hospital on Monday morning. The hospital was going to arrange the operation. I was in the operating room. Although this operation was very common, I was still very nervous. The nurses comforted me. They had done a lot of similar operations. They assured me. Then the nurses injected me with anesthetic. I quickly lost consciousness. When I died on the operating table, I didn't realize I was dead. No OBE experience, no tunnel, no light at the end of the tunnel, no soul, nothing. I had stepped out of my body and suddenly went to the most beautiful place I had ever seen. This is invisible on earth, where the light is invisible. All the senses flooded into me. The experience is so intense that it is difficult to explain it in words because it does not follow a logical order and is completely immersed in emotion. Words are limited and inexplicable, but I'm doing my best to say what happened. These senses are very clear. The language is indescribable, because all the senses are interrelated. I will try to describe it visually. The grass is so green, there is a little white light around the grit. It looks so pure, and feels good. I can even taste the grass by touching it. It tastes like watermelon. But without as much water as a watermelon, it is wonderful to walk on the grass, or rather, to float on the lawn. It is an incredible feeling. I can't find a better way to describe it. I don't have a 360-degree perspective like many people. I think it's because I focus on the grass and other things that appeal to me more. The rest may not matter. Next I went to a house made of stone. It was outside the house, but not outside. A stone house is not as hot as a house or as cold outside. Guests can take off their shoes and enter the room here. Then 3 yellow lights came on. They come from the left side of a colorful green pine. I have a feeling of happiness when the light shines on me. It is not the color of a banana yellow, like a flame dancing on a candle, but also like warm yellow sunlight. I didn't see them, but I knew they were there. I really can't call them entities, angels or demons. They're more like potential energy, right there. They communicate with me through telepathy. Communication is not in the language we know. It said a lot to me, and the message was, you can stay, you can go back. We respect your choice, but if you go back, you have to do something about it. I know I have to go back, although I don't want to leave here. He gave me happiness, gave me satisfaction, but I still want to go back. I have regrets in life, not because I have to do something. It's hard to explain, but it's like if you're the boss, there's something to do, but who's going to do it? I decided to come back and finish some tasks. I decided to come back because of my child. Although I was happy there, I couldn't control my sadness. I remember I didn't say goodbye to the kids. I have to go back and say goodbye. I expressed my decision. Just as I finished, an invisible hand grabbed me behind my back and pulled me back, then I bounced back. I could see my chest split open and hear someone shouting. I saw a vampire sucking blood from my chest. I can feel the pressure on my heart. I can't breathe. It's killing me. I went back to the other side. There is still no tunnel, no soul. However, this time is different. Although I was there was a feeling that I wasn't entirely there. The experience is almost the same as the first time, but not as intense. The second time, I wasn't allowed into the room. I was glad to see my grandmother. I always miss her. She is young, healthy, and energetic. She always loved me dearly because she was the only one who really loved me. The first thing that came to my mind was to ask why I was here. Grandma is very religious, but I am not. I wonder why we're all in the same place. Then my grandmother told me, "Son, you can't come in. You can't stay here, you have to go back." I objected, because it was too painful inside me. She told me she was coming back with me, but I couldn't stay. I wanted to hug her, but I couldn't. Like she's in a bubble. I could feel her hug, but I knew she wasn't physically embracing me. As the saying goes, a hug is 10% body, 90% everything else. To my surprise, I returned to my body again, without the pain I had suffered before. I saw a lamp in the operating room. It was much brighter than the operating lamp. I know it's grandmother. The doctor went on trying to revive me and finished the operation. I knew my grandmother was smiling at me. After the operation, although there were some accidents, but the results were successful, the recovery period was really difficult. I'm depressed. All I could see was a thin man. On the one hand, I really don't want to be here, on the other hand, I really want to be with the kids. I knew I would stay. After I recovered, I replanned my life. I kept running every week. I needed a healthy body. I knew I was coming back to grow up with my kids.